Hello and welcome to Dice and Demons. I'm Emma, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the preview of the new orks, and we'll also just take a tiny look at the new Death Call of Creek. But I have to say that in this video I am pretty sure that the orks will be the stars, because I mean, orks, it's so cool. I'm so excited. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so they have a trailer for the new kill team, which we won't be looking at, and we'll just be taking a look at the models, and we can see here that I think GW thinks that Death Call of Creek is the star here, because they're on the front cover and everything, and they do look cool, like the whole World War I aesthetic with the gas masks and stuff. It is cool. It's just cool. So here we have those models, and yeah. I mean, they are awesome, and I'm really happy for all the people who have been wanting plastic Death Call of Creek for ages, that they finally got at least a tiny bit of what they want. I mean, I would like to see a whole plastic line of these at some point, but so far this is definitely looking good. I really like the aesthetic, I really like the design. I don't think I'm going to be getting any of these, because I do not need to start a new army, and I definitely not a guard army, another horde army. I think that would probably be. I don't need that. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't just a tiny bit tempted, because I do think they look cool. All right, then we have the orks here, and I mean. Ork commandos in plastic, that is so cool. It says here in the text, derided by their fellow greenskins for their sneaky grot-like ways, commandos look for any opportunity to put their unique skills to good use, and they delight in close-range carnage. Well, that's really orky, I think. How many orks don't like, close-range carnage, right? This is the first time commandos have appeared as a plastic kit. We know. And it's so cool. And they're the most characterful commandos we've seen yet. We love the nods to classic special ops archetypes, like the orc who loves his knives, and the heavy gunner who looks like he's about to empty his ammo reserves into the jungle at the slightest noise. This kill team proves that 80s action movies would have clearly been better with a squeak or two in them. Really true. Each of these kill teams is packed with options to customize them to your liking, including loadouts, allowing them to be used in your games of Warhammer 40,000. Yeah, so that's cool. And that's probably as expected as well, but it's nice to know for sure. Oh, I love the look of these. Look at the claw, and look at the grot with the nose sticking out of the mask. It looks so silly. And he's got like this like anchor thing that he can shoot, so I'm hoping he can jump off up a building or something like that. It looks cool. And the bomb squeak, I think out of every single thing I've seen so far, this is probably my favorite model. It just looks so enthusiastic and stupid and silly that perhaps it doesn't know that it's about to blow itself to pieces, or perhaps it just doesn't care, because the idea of something going boom is so awesome to it that it doesn't care if it'll cost it its life. It's so fun. And here we have the guy with the knife in his mouth. And look at the mask; they look cool. And the beanie, aww. I don't know why. I think it looks so sweet. Yeah, it's just silly. I mean, who would put on like a small woolen hat or something when you're going off into combat like that, instead of a mask or something? But it or a helmet, protective. But no, a beanie is fine. I like that. And I like these masks as well, definitely. Oftentimes I really don't like when they are wearing helmets or masks, because I think it takes away from the personality of the models. But I would say that these helmets/masks have so much personality in and of themselves that I am definitely willing to use them. I think they look really, really cool. And look at that giant big gun thing. Oh, awesome. And the rockets and everything. I mean, I really like the aesthetic that they're going for here, and I really like the way that they have sort of given each individual model a lot of character, while at the same time making sure that they are a coherent force. I think this is really well done. Definitely. Yeah, I'm so excited. I need these now. I'm excited about everything in this preview, except the fact that I have to wait for, stuff to come out so I can get it. Yeah, I want it. I want it all. I need it all. Yeah, and then we have all the terrain. It says here, the operatives might be the stars of the show, but as veterans of Kill Team are aware, the terrain is often just as important as those who fight amongst it. The Octarius sector in particular is littered with ramshackle greenskin settlements, providing all kinds of walls, barricades, and vantage point for a canny operative to exploit. It's awesome to see a whole battlefield of all plastic Xenos terrain. Yeah, it is. It is cool. I'm not sure if I'll be getting this box simply because I don't really play a lot of Kill Team. I don't need the Deathcore Creek, even though they're cool. And I don't play games at home, so I don't really need a bunch of terrain lying around. Yeah, but it is cool and it is tempting, and it's probably the easiest way of getting, hold of the Orc Commandos to begin with, at least. I don't know. But it does look like a really cool box. I mean, if you're about to start Kill Team and you're interested in that, I think this is an excellent, starting point with two small forces. And you got a core book, a manual, you got even the dice, some cards, some tokens, a game board, and the terrain. I mean, it's an excellent starting point. I just primarily want the orcs. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I don't know. I'll have to see when it comes out, I guess. And we have a book, we'll just be skipping that and just be focusing on the models. Okay, so it says here, the Waaaagh arrives. The orcs are rampaging and an almighty war is gathering momentum across the sector. The beast snaggers in particular are having the time of their lives, hunting down all manner of ferocious behemoths spawned by Hive Fleet Leviathan. Now the snaggers are ready to break out their biggest weapons to crush Tyranids and Imperials. Imperials like, yeah, we are so ready to crush every single Imperial that we come across, absolutely. Okay, we've heard rumors of giant war machines, and now the kill rig is bursting onto the front lines. I like this kill rig. Oh, it's so silly. It's stupid and heavy and like a tiny bit like lopsided. There's something with the balance that seems slightly, very much off. It looks like it's an awful mixture of fantasy and science fiction, and it looks so impractical and slow and heavy, and it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, I think, and it's awesome. I'm all for it. It looks so cool. I need one of these. The only thing, if I slightly, slight critical touches would be that the giant squig pulling the thing is perhaps, at least to my liking, a little, it's got too little texture. I would prefer it if it had more like scales or something, but I know it's the look of the squigs. It's just for this, I think it looks, I don't know, slightly off. I could definitely just build and paint this as it is and be really, really happy with it. But if the scale fits, I might be tempted to try, going with a Stegodon or a Bastillodon from the Seraphon range, because I saw the video with Louise Stockton and how she had done her snakebite hordes with the dinosaurs, and as I'm also of course a Seraphon fan, I think that was just right up my alley, and I don't mind borrowing a bit of inspiration from Louise Stockton because she's awesome. So I could consider doing that, but I don't know how big it is. It might be just like this, and then it won't work out, of course. It's bigger than that, of course, because I don't know. Yeah, I will have to wait and see, or otherwise I'll just use it as it is, because I do think it's cool the way it is. The white armor is probably not going to happen in my army. But an entire kill rig in bright pink. That would be cool. So it says here, towed by a mountainous trampler squig and home to a wide-eyed warboy, the kill rig is a true engine of destruction that plows through infantry and vehicles alike. By amplifying the Psyker's war energy through a contraption known as the War Tower, the beast snagger pilots can blast crackling lances of pure orky power at their foes. Well, it sounds cool. I have no idea what that means, rules-wise on a tabletop, but it sounds cool, and I'm all for it. And it also says here, despite their reverence for the oracular nature of the warboys, certain beast snaggers are loath to have such a volatile creature riding with them. Instead, they fit extra decks and grab handles to transport hollering mobs of their clanmates into battle, transforming the vehicle into a hunter rig. Okay, so it's got two different builds, one with the Waaaagh and one without him. And I mean, I guess it sounds a little bit, I mean, I wouldn't feel safe, you know, going anywhere with a Waaaagh. So, I mean, I can understand. And I like the little grot hiding here. It's such a nice little detail. This looks cool. I'm excited to see the rules also. And it looks like it's got so many tiny details. This would take forever to paint. But I'm totally up for it. It looks so, so cool. Absolutely. So when enough beast snaggers come together to form an army of their own, or at least assert dominance over mobs of lesser boys, they are led into battle by a hulking beast boss. Yeah. He's also really cool. And I particularly like the target squig on his shoulders. And then the big, stupid claw dino head skeleton thing. It's just, I mean, it's just silly. And look at the bionic hand also. So I think a lot of the beast snaggers, they have had a bite taken out of them by a squig or two. And so they've just managed to to replace it with bionic stuff, which is always cool. It looks awesome every time you do it. I'm not too sure about the tusks coming out from him. I think it I don't know. I think it disrupts the silhouette a little bit without, like, unnecessarily. But I don't know. He looks really cool. I definitely want one of these as well. I also want one of these. I need it in my life. Any warbers worth his salt knows that getting a good overview of the battlefield is an excellent way to find the best fights. Taking the severed head of a gargant as their boss hut is not only a symbol of status, it also provides a convenient forward command center from which to yell at the boys. Yeah, you need places from which to yell at your boys. I definitely get that. And I mean, as a former high school teacher, I definitely would have liked to have one of these to yell at my students from. I think that would have helped immensely with discipline in my classrooms. Or perhaps not, I don't know. Would have been fun though. I like the look of this. When I first saw it on the stream last night, I just had laughed out loud because it looks so silly from, you know, with the with that big goggly eye thing. It looks, it's just silly. I don't know. I mean, faction terrain often doesn't see a lot of play on the tabletop, but I think it's a cool design, and I might even be tempted just to get it for bits, like for when I'm doing kit bashing or conversions and stuff. And for that, it would be definitely really excellent, I think. Yeah. Alright, so meanwhile, tales of the Great White Squig and its legendary stubborn rider are rife among the beast snagger tribes, who revere Muskrat Scragbat as the toughest in the entire sector. He more than lives up to his reputation, as his long-suffering beast boss has weathered the endless savagery of his toothy companion, Big Chomper. Yeah, well, it does look a little bit vicious. On the other hand, I mean, they have nailed stuff to its skin. I mean, I think they could be perhaps a little bit more considerate of squig welfare. Perhaps that would make them a little bit less aggressive as well. Oh, I don't know. It looks cool. I like, again, the bionic arm, and also he's got like some bionic stuff going on in his face, and big, nice claw thing here going on as well. And it looks like something has come up with the leg, one of the legs of the poor white squig. I feel a little bit bad for the white squig, actually. It looks a little bit like a shark, doesn't it? I mean, white squig, the big white shark, of course. So that makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure I'm going to be painting it white, though. I don't know. But I really like the look of it. It looks cool. It looks fun. I also like the tattoo on his shoulder. I want one of those as well. Looks cool. Yeah. This is a really nice model. I'm excited to see how big it actually is. If it's like yay, or is it like a giant model, or is it like just a bigger boss model? I mean, yeah, I want to see. I want one of these as well. Yeah, this is really testing my my patience and my self-control. Okay, then it says here, of course, no matter how many shiny rigs and vicious squigs you might bring along, a Waaaagh just isn't complete without green seas of boys. Very true. Eagle-eyed readers may have spotted a few unfamiliar faces on the back of the Gaunt's Ghosts box, and the new boys on the block are finally ready for their day in the sun. So these are the new boys. Yeah. Oh, I like the face on this guy, and I also like the fact that he's sort of stapled a tooth to his shoulder as a sort of trophy. I really like these. I think they are. I think they really actually match the aesthetic of the old boys while just being, of course, newer and better sculpts, really. But I don't think they would look too much out of place amongst old boys. I mean, I know for one, I'm going to get some of the new boys, but I'm not going to throw away the 70 painted boys I already own, because I'm just not going to do that. And I think a lot of people are going to be keeping their old boys as well. And I think it's really cool that these will not look too much out of place. They will just look like some sort of reinforcements that have come in, which I really like. That is nice. I hope that they are not monopose, because as they say, you need a green sea of boys, and if you have 10 monopose models in a sea like of, let's say, 100 or 120 orc boys, that is going to look very samey really quickly. So I hope that you can customize them more than some of the newer stuff we have seen in other armies. I really hope that would be cool. But nonetheless, anyway, they do look very awesome, and I need them in my life. I need them now. Okay. Last but not least, a group of enterprising mech boys have been working day and night and are at long last proud to unveil their mighty new Deathcopters. Hideously dangerous even by the standards of ordinarily ramshackle orc vehicles, the sheer noise and speed they can achieve makes them popular amongst the most daring boys. I think it's cool with the asterisks. It says that they've sort of found the found out how to make them from plans from Black Reach or something, which is fun. It's a fun nod to the fact that a lot of people have been asking for those Deathcopters from Black Reach for ages, and they haven't been available. So I think it's so cool that we are finally getting new Deathcopters, and they do look awesome, don't they? Look at this one. This is my particular favorite with the rockets on the wings. It's just so silly. I don't think I would be daring enough to just be anywhere in the vicinity of an orc with a Deathcopter. They look like they look like the most ramshackle, most unreliable vehicle you could ever imagine, which is so cool. Definitely. This is also cool. All the rockets here in the front, and look at it's just silly, you know, the sword, it looks like it's just been bent, and he was like, oh well, now it's got a hook. Cool, whatever. Yeah, they look fun. I also like the fact that they haven't put them on regular, ordinary flying stands. That's cool. I think if I can make it work somehow, I will use the same see-through plastic card that I've been using for my Storm Boys, and see if I can make some really wobbly Deathcopters, because one, it would be fun, and two, I think it would fit, you know, the overall idea of the Deathcopters, as like they are hideously dangerous, you know, by the standards of ordinary ramshackle orc vehicles. So I mean, it wouldn't detract from the silliness of the Deathcopters to have them being all wobbly and looking like they're about to fall over at just the slightest touch. I think that would be fun, at least. So that's probably what I'll be doing. I mean, every time you can make some sort of wobbly model, you should, right? I think so. All right, so it says here, coupled with the rest of the beast snaggers we saw during Warhammer Fest Online, now's a very good time to be green in the 41st millennium. In fact, with a new codex, new boys, and a near endless swarm of Tyranids to fight, this might just be the best year ever for the orcs. So excited. Oh, I'm so happy with everything that they have shown here. The Deathcopters, and the boys, and the Great White Squig, and the terrain, and man, I don't know what I'm most excited about, because we also have these commandos, and they look so cool. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I'm probably most excited about the Deathcopters, because we have been needing them for so long and wanting them for so long, and I just can't wait to paint them up and make them silly and wobbly, I think. But I like everything about it, and I want it all, and I need it all, and I will try to be patient, which is not my strongest point. But I'll try to be patient, but I need it all as soon as possible, please. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? Are you excited about it? And what do you like the best? And is there something that you really don't like the look of? I would like to hear that in the comments below. Also, if you want to follow my painting, what I'm painting on more or less a daily basis, you can follow me as Dyson Demons on Twitter and on Instagram as well. And of course, as always, I would appreciate it if you would consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel as well. But thank you so much for watching this one, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.